Hello and welcome to our channel. We are delighted to have you with us and look forward to exploring interesting and valuable topics together that will help us all improve our lives on all levels. Today's topic, requested by a subscriber to our channel, is entitled, Healing the Inner Child. Discover True Wellness. Inner child healing is a powerful method that allows us to reconnect with the deeper aspects of ourselves and heal emotional traumas of the past. This journey is not only about healing wounds, but also about discovering our authenticity, joy, and purity that reside within. By the end of the presentation, you will have an understanding of how healing the inner child impacts our mental and emotional well-being. You will have learned practices to reconnect with your inner world and recognize emotional blocks that may be limiting your growth. You will have understood the importance of acceptance and self-esteem for complete healing and inner peace. You will be able to incorporate new techniques and strategies into your life to revitalize your soul and create a strong foundation for personal wellness and growth. You will be able to meet the challenges of everyday life with more energy and confidence, discovering the power that lies within you. Are you ready to discover true wellness? Let's start this beautiful journey together. Reconnecting with the inner child. The step to a healthy mental well-being. Reconnecting with the inner child is a fundamental step to mental well-being and personal growth. The inner child is our mental image from our youth and includes our emotional reactions, beliefs, and memories that shape us. Often, during adulthood, these feelings and experiences are hidden or suppressed due to the demands of daily life and social pressures. However, distancing ourselves from our inner child can lead to emotional isolation, ignorance of our true needs, and mental turmoil. The process of reconnecting with our inner child allows us to acknowledge and accept the feelings and needs we have had since childhood. This realization is the first step in healing the wounds of the past and accepting ourselves in all our truth. When we acknowledge and express the needs of the inner child, we achieve a deep inner peace and balance. Reconnecting with the inner child involves the process of becoming aware again of our emotional needs and desires as we had them when we were children. Through this process, we can enhance our self-esteem, recognize the negative beliefs we may have adopted in childhood, and replace them with healthier and empowering beliefs. This reconnection can be done in a number of ways. One of the most effective is guided imagery, in which we imagine ourselves as a child and offer the love and acceptance that we lacked. Empathy and forgiveness towards ourselves is also vital, as past hurts can keep us trapped in negative patterns of thought and behavior. Reconnecting with the inner child also creates a healthier way of communicating with others and strengthens personal relationships. When we love and care for ourselves, we are able to offer the same care to those around us, creating healthier and more conscious relationships. Practice technique. An effective technique for reconnecting with the inner child is the practice of the written letter to the inner child. Close your eyes and think of yourself as a child. Write a letter to your younger self expressing love, compassion, and understanding of that child's experiences and feelings. Treat your inner child with tenderness and offer the support they need. With this exercise, you strengthen your connection with your inner child and accelerate the process of emotional healing. Recognizing emotional trauma. Healing the past for a happy present. Recognizing emotional trauma is the first step toward healing and achieving a happier and stronger mental state. Emotional traumas are experiences that are recorded in our memory and affect the way we think, feel, and react to everyday life situations. These traumas can result from a variety of factors such as loss, abuse, neglect, abandonment, or even psychological pressures and traumatic experiences in childhood. No matter how much we try to hide or suppress them, emotional traumas continue to affect our lives and often lead to mental distress, anxiety, or even poor self-esteem. By acknowledging these traumas, we can begin the process of healing and releasing the shackles of the past. Recognition means not only accepting that they exist, but also dealing with them honestly. It is necessary to examine our emotional traumas, realize how much they have affected our lives, and recognize the connection they have to our current emotional reactions or beliefs. Only when we do this can we free ourselves from their negative influences and take responsibility for healing them. The process of healing emotional trauma takes time and patience. it is an ongoing process of self-awareness and empathy towards ourselves. The first step is to offer ourselves forgiveness and understand that the grief, anger, or pain we feel are normal reactions to injustices and traumatic experiences. This acceptance paves the way for healing, as it allows the person to fully accept their emotional wounds and acknowledge them as part of their story, without letting them define them. Healing emotional trauma requires introspection and, often, the guidance of professionals such as therapists or counselors. However, there are personal techniques one can use to begin this process, such as self-analysis, meditation, and expression through art or writing. These techniques help to release repressed emotions and to recognize the deeper meaning behind the traumas. Complete healing does not mean that the traumas disappear, but that we can integrate them and turn them into experiences that empower us and help us live better in the present. Healing the past is the key to enjoying the freedom and happiness we deserve in this life. Practice technique. An effective technique for identifying and healing emotional trauma is the healing journal. Each day, take a few minutes to write down your thoughts and feelings about traumas you may have experienced in the past. You can identify situations that cause you stress or anger and express those feelings without fear or guilt. Then, write down what you would say to yourself if you were your best friend. Self-love and healing the inner child, the secret to brave psychic growth. Self-love is a fundamental basis for mental health and well-being. When we love ourselves, we accept and embrace our mistakes, weaknesses, and past traumas. Inner child therapy is one of the most powerful processes of self-awareness in emotional healing, directly linked to self-love. The inner child represents our childhood, our unmet needs and emotional wounds resulting from traumatic or neglected experiences. Caring for and treating the inner child helps us find inner peace and balance, and move forward on a path of personal growth and self-actualization. In order to move forward in healing the inner child, it is important to understand that this child within us has its own emotional and psychological wounds that need attention and care. These traumas may include feelings of rejection, abandonment, or fear from childhood. The process of self-love and inner child healing allows us to get in touch with our hidden needs and fears, and acknowledge them with acceptance and love. When we connect with our inner child and give them the attention and care they deserve, we can free ourselves from the negative beliefs and emotional barriers that limit us in our adult lives. Self-love and inner child therapy allow us to develop a healthier and stronger relationship with ourselves. When we love and care for ourselves, we gain the ability to love and care for others with greater authenticity and understanding. Our relationship with our inner child can serve as a mirror for our brave soul growth, offering us the strength to overcome obstacles and bring joy and innocence back into our daily lives. Healing our inner child means making the decision to embrace and care for the child we once were. Instead of neglecting or rejecting it, we offer it the unconditional love it needs to overcome the traumas of the past. Through this process of recognition and love, we reconnect with our true nature and develop the power to live authentically, without fear or doubt. Inner child therapy is not only a process of psychic rehabilitation, but also a practice of self-knowledge that allows us to move towards a deeper and more complete understanding of ourselves. In doing so, we open the door to brave and authentic psychic growth, allowing our inner child to feel safe and loved. Practice technique. A very effective technique for enhancing self-love and healing the inner child is the Embrace Your Inner Child exercise. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as a child, just as you once were. Try to connect with the feelings and needs of this child. Then imagine yourself hugging it and saying words of comfort, acceptance, and love. When you have completed the exercise, try to incorporate these feelings into your daily life and offer yourself the care and love you deserve. Freedom from old wounds, the odyssey of emotional healing and wellness. The path to emotional wellness and freedom from old traumas is one of the most important yet difficult processes of human existence. Trauma from the past, regardless of its form, can create a shadow that affects every aspect of our lives. These traumas, if unaddressed, continue to shape our self-esteem, our relationships, and our decisions in everyday life. However, The process of emotional healing is possible and necessary to free ourselves from the influence of the past and live a life of emotional freedom and well-being. The odyssey of emotional healing refers to the demanding but highly therapeutic process of inner acceptance and acknowledgement of our traumas. Just as Odysseus faced the countless challenges and obstacles on his way home, we too are challenged to face the emotional obstacles created by old traumas and find the path to inner peace and well-being. This path is not easy, but each step towards liberation allows us to regain the strength and happiness that is ours. Emotional healing involves various methods and approaches that help us to recognize old traumas, process them, and put them behind us. This can be done through talk therapy, emotion management, mindfulness, or other inner practices that allow us to discover our hidden emotional wounds and heal them. Acknowledging our feelings, accepting them, and caring for ourselves is the key to freedom from old wounds. During this healing process, it is important to be patient with ourselves and understand that emotional recovery takes time and sincere effort. Acceptance and forgiveness are key ingredients in being able to free ourselves from negative emotions and beliefs that stem from old traumas. Only when we understand that we are not our traumas and that healing is possible can we move towards wellness. This process is an ongoing odyssey of self-awareness and personal growth. Whether it is trauma related to childhood or past disappointments or situations that have scarred us, healing these traumas is an opportunity to be reborn and reclaim the strong and wellness-filled life we deserve. By accepting our past and working on our emotional healing, we pave the way for a more complete, authentic, and peaceful self. Practice technique. One technique that can help in the process of releasing old emotional traumas is the forgiveness and acceptance exercise. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths to relax. Imagine the traumas that haunt you and try to view them with understanding and without judgment. Then imagine saying to yourself or those who hurt you words of forgiveness. Use words like, "I forgive you for the past," or "I accept myself and my traumas with love." This exercise helps you release emotional burdens and move forward with more inner peace and freedom. Acceptance and forgiveness. How to embrace the inner child and heal the soul. Acceptance and forgiveness are two of the most powerful and transformative forces we can activate within ourselves. These forces are essential to freeing our inner child from the traumas and wounds of the past that often affect us in a negative way in our adult lives. The inner child represents the unhealed emotional needs and fears from childhood that can continue to oppress us if we do not acknowledge and heal them. The process of acceptance is the first step towards healing these wounds. It means accepting our inner child, regardless of the mistakes and difficulties we went through during childhood. Acceptance means recognizing that the pain and wounds were the result of innocence and the need to survive that time. It is important to understand that our inner child is not responsible for what they suffered, and we do not need to judge them harshly. Instead, we need to embrace it with understanding and love. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is an act of liberation. Often, traumas from the past prevent us from forgiving others or even ourselves. Forgiveness, however, does not mean forgetting or accepting injustices or abuses. Rather, it is an act of inner freedom. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the heavy sense of revenge and anger that can keep us trapped in the past. Forgiveness allows us to move on and live with more peace and harmony. When we work with our inner child, we acknowledge their need for love, attention, and acceptance. An important step in this direction is to communicate with our inner child through mindful thinking and caring. Imagine yourself as a child and offer it all the care and love it needs. Acknowledge his needs and show him that he is safe and accepted. Forgiveness does not mean erasing the past or negative experiences, but choosing to accept the fact that others and ourselves did our best at the time. Forgiveness, then, paves the way for healing and inner peace, creating a happier and healthier way of life. This allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and with others, freeing us from old burdens and healing the wounds that lie within. When we embrace our inner child and forgive, we free our soul, and begin a path to authentic wellness and emotional balance. This process is not easy and requires ongoing self-awareness and personal work. However, each step we take toward acceptance and forgiveness brings us closer to true inner peace and happiness. Practice technique. The forgiveness and acceptance exercise is a practice that can help heal our inner child. Sit or lie down in a comfortable space and close your eyes. Imagine that you are standing in front of an image of yourself as a child. Let the child look at you with innocence and need. Say in a peaceful voice, "I accept you and forgive you for everything." Repeat this process for a few minutes each day. This exercise helps to acknowledge the needs of your inner child and offer the love and forgiveness he needs to heal. Epilogue. We hope this presentation on inner child healing has inspired you and helped you to understand the importance of connecting with the roots of yourself to achieve true wellness. The journey to healing is unique to each individual, and acceptance and love for yourself are the keys to discovering true joy and balance in your life. There is no better time than now to start caring for, listening to, and protecting your inner child. With the right support and empowerment, we can all free ourselves from the emotional blocks of the past and live a more fulfilling life. We look forward to continuing to provide you with helpful information and practices for your personal growth and well-being. Feel free to follow our channel for more topics that will empower your life on every level. You are on this journey with us, and together we can achieve a healthier, happier, and fuller life. Thank you for being part of the Mental Wellness TV community.
Thank you for watching this video and dedicating time to your own well-being. Health and well-being are not just the absence of problems, but the active care of all aspects of our lives, from financial stability and self-care to personal development and managing our goals. Remember, well-being is a journey, not a destination. Every small change you make, every positive habit you incorporate, and every goal you set contributes to achieving a balanced and fulfilling life. Apply the strategies we discussed. Adapt them to your personal needs and watch your life transform for the better. If you have any questions or want to share your experience, leave a comment below. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more videos that will help you live a full and happy life. Until next time, take care of yourself and be well.